Get free tech advice for your business from O2 Gurus. Search O2 Business for more. Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here comparing the newly announced Honor 7 with the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. The S6 Edge has got to be one of my favorite phones of all time. That curved screen is beautiful. It's also an incredible quality curved screen too. Elegant body, it fits in the hand like a dream. Well, there's not much I didn't like about this phone, but how does it stack up against a phone that's a fraction of the price? This is just £250, but it still packs a 5.2-inch display, octa-core processor, as well as a nice big 3100 milliamp battery. Well, head on, you can see it's a little bit more classical, a little bit more traditional as far as being a phone goes in terms of design. You've got those flat sides, it's a fair bit thicker, but it does have a much bigger battery. It's also got some different ports. Let's start by talking around the ports on the S6 Edge. Power button on the right hand side. Down at the base, you've got that micro USB connector, 3.5mm jack and loudspeaker. You've got volume buttons on the left, while up at the top is that infrared blaster and a SIM card slot. Around the back, you've got that 16 megapixel rear camera with optical image stabilization and a heart rate monitor as well. You've also got a fingerprint scanner, which is doubling up as a home button, and capacitive buttons either side of that. As far as the Huawei goes, the Honor 7 doesn't have any buttons on the front. Right hand side, you've got the volume rocker and power button combination. Down at the base is a micro USB connector and loudspeaker. Left side, you have this smart quick launch button. This is actually customizable and it's super cool. I can set it to launch Facebook with one tap. I can set it to launch Twitter with a double tap, and a long press I can set to launch Google Now. Up at the top is a 3.5mm jack and an infrared blaster as well, while on the flip side is a fingerprint scanner and a camera. Protruding camera admittedly, but still this is an all-metal device and it feels expensive, especially given that crazy good price tag. What's also awesome is a fingerprint scanner will actually fire up the phone around the back, so you don't even need to press the power button or any button, unlike on the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. As far as those screens go, it's 5.1 inches versus 5.2 inches, Quad HD versus Full HD, 577 pixels per inch versus 424 pixels per inch. Pulling in closer, only really eagle eyes will be able to spot the pixel difference, but anyone will be able to see that the quality on that AMOLED panel on the S6 Edge is truly mesmerizing. It's also a very bright panel, so you can see it absolutely blows my camera off when I flip it onto full brightness, which is very enjoyable, especially in well-lit conditions, bright sunlight. You can see the S6 Edge outdoors without too much problem. Both of these run Android, both have customized Android experiences. You've got Huawei's Emotion UI versus Samsung's Touch Wiz. Emotion UI has seen a couple of improvements. For starters, you've got some gesture centricity with that fingerprint scanner. Swipe down and you can activate your notifications tray. Swipe up and you can activate multitasking. Long press and it will take you home from wherever you are, which is really sweet, and it's very intuitive. As for Touch Wiz has a few key enhancements of its own, but most of them I switched off. You've got flipboard briefing to the left, for example. Otherwise, it's a very simple home screen. In fact, in a lot of ways, it's simpler than stock Android. You've also got a customized pull-down bar on both from the top with quick toggles and notifications as well. And both of these devices can be very heavily themed. So just long press through, tap on themes, and you can pick and choose to make it feel all the more your own. As far as multimedia goes, you've got some nice high resolution cameras on here. What's nice about the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge is the camera combination has f1.9 lenses, so it'll be really great in low light. But you do have an 8 megapixel snapper on the Huawei Honor 7. And in addition to that, it's an f2 camera around the back paired with a brand new 20 megapixel Sony sensor. As far as the shooting modes go, they're awesome because you've actually got a fair few pro modes in both of these things. You can shoot slow, long exposure on the Huawei Honor 7 up to 30 seconds. And you can manual focus on the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, although you can't do the other way round, which is a shame. Would really like full manual controls on all of these phones, please, Samsung and Huawei. Right, back to these phones. They'll be great for multimedia. The big screens, 5.1 inches and 5.2 inches, will showcase movies off beautifully. Only the 16 gig version of the Honor 7 is coming to the UK, but it is expandable up to 128 gigabytes. The Huawei and the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge is available in 32, 64 or 128 gig versions, though it is not expandable. As far as other key highlights, both have Cat 6 LTE or up to that in the UK. In other regions, they'll venture even higher. They also have, well, very different battery technologies or battery styles. You've got wireless charging paired with a relatively small 2600 milliamp cell. It won't last a full day, but with that quick charging and wireless charging as well, it really was helped along nicely. And in fact, I found it to be a very usable solution as a power user. In complete contrast to that, no wireless charging. You do have fast charge, however, but instead Huawei has packed some size in terms of battery capacity here, 3100 milliamps, which is great and should definitely see that 5.2-inch Full HD display last a whole day. You've also got a Kirin processor versus an Exynos processor. Kirin 935 octa-core processor versus an Exynos 7. Both have 3 gig of RAM. About 600, 700 pounds, about 250 pounds. Crazy that they're even comparable, but hats off to Huawei and Honor for getting this to market at the price that they have here in the UK. If you've got any questions, then fire them in the comments section below. Hopefully the comparison's been pretty self-explanatory. Love this phone, super impressed by the value proposition of this one. Can't wait to get the Honor 7 in for review so we can give you something a little bit more conclusive. Thanks for watching BTech. Holly's also a female, which is awesome because it adds something new to this channel, a female perspective on this, the Huawei Honor 7. New flagship type device from Honor. Just had a hands-on with it today. Starting off with the design, what do you think, Holly?
I mean, it's pretty standard. It doesn't look massively dissimilar to the Honor 6 Plus.
Except for the fact it's all metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, same kind of design language.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's quite recognisable as an Honor device. I think the finish on the back is quite nice, the sandblasted.
Yeah, so this is a 5.2-inch Full HD display, metal body, but it has the same kind of flat sides that Honor 6 had before, like Holly was saying. It feels quite good for the price. So this is a 250